good morning all. Ira Epstein with your morning flash update for this Thursday, July 14, 2022, 8:03 a.m. Central Time. So it's a day full of information, a lot of it. You've got the U.S. Producer Price Index came out 1.1%. That's higher than the market was looking for. Ex-food and energy, though, that not so bad. Come down 1/10. Personal consumption up 1.3%, and final demand was revised up 1/10 for May from the 0.8%. What the market didn't like was the weekly jobless claims, up 9,000, but I think that can be explained. Frankly, this is the time of year, July, when the automakers shut down. They retool. And when they retool, they can be off for several weeks. Unemployment claims will go up for that period of time. Then they sink back. I think the Fed will realize that, but it doesn't matter. That, the market didn't like the number. I like that the continuing claims fell back, and I think that's important. We're looking on the EIA for the natural gas of a 60 billion cubic foot injection. Intel joining the inflation parade. They said today that they're going to inform customers they're going to raise their chip prices between 10 and 20%. The Bank of Canada is not playing a game here. They raised its policy rate by a full percentage point and said that further increases, if needed, are coming. I apologize for that noise. I'm literally on a lake, and these are the airplanes taking off in the water behind me, so it's just beautiful. All right. Now, the Eurozone came out with some numbers, and as you can see, growth is going to slip, and I think that makes sense, and inflation up. Italy, it looks like the government's going to fall under Mr. Draghi, and new elections are likely. And bank earnings, well, it started today, and it's just what I thought. If you dive into the numbers, it does not look bad. They did well on credit cards. They're doing fine on the other numbers. But as the Federal Reserve is saying, they want the bad reserves increased and quickly and bigger than the market had thought, and that's going to give the banks losses at this point. There'll be no bank buybacks and no dividend increase. So that's how that's going to go, and the market looked at that as another negative. So with all these negatives, where does this put the market? Well, it doesn't take you hard to look. Do you see anything green? Corn and wheat. That's up a little bit. And by the way, it looks like in the Ukrainian situation that next week a deal might be signed that the U.S. even joins in to protect the ports where exports are going to be allowed. If so, that's going to add wheat and corn to the export mix of the world. Look at the stock market, down 523. Look at your silver. Yesterday I told my traders they could go short. They know where if they got filled, and they did. And look at this break, $1 an ounce, so I'm pretty happy with that. Bonds and notes, you know what the Fed's going to do. The talk all over is now, just like Canada, is the Fed going to go the 100 basis points? And I said last night in my reviews, of course, why not? They have all the cover to do it. Make the move. At the same time, I want you to look at energy prices. I realize the big firms are calling for $140, $150. I heard one firm $190 yesterday. Well, for the month, you're down over 20%. So I don't know that that's the case. A lot of this is psychological. A lot of it's demand. Look at gasoline prices. They keep slipping away. I told you that after the 4th, you would see the service stations start to get aggressive in lowering the price. That is happening, and I wrote about it today in my full research report. By the way, I want to thank many of you. You did take advantage of the prime time, a big amount of you, and you're going to, I think, really like the reports. So we'll see what happens. Dollar taken off to the upside today at the expense of the euro. Now, the futures haven't gone under parity. The cash markets have. Will the futures? Why not? You might as well see what's under the 100 level. And then we have to look and see what's going to happen in Britain. They keep narrowing in. Excuse me there. They're narrowing in the characters that are going to run for the next prime minister. It's narrowing in. There are some long shots that have suddenly showed up. A woman that just made up. I'll write about that in my newsletter probably today. But she has the lead at this point in time, so it should get very, very interesting there as to who's going to be the next leader. Cotton market, another market that I've been pressing on the short side. Who needs cotton when you got this world depression, or recession, I guess you could call it, taking place? It is a depression in the mentality of the market. I mean, nothing is positive. It's a recession that I've been talking about for over a month now that is here. The real world is a recession, not the textbook, not what you learn in school. You got to get unemployment to climb. You got to get it up a half a point, 2 back-to-back quarters. But come on, look around you. You can see what's going on. And in commodities, you see price depression certainly taking place. I'm Ira Epstein. Have yourselves a good day. I'll talk to you later.